subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone, welcome to the largest Goodwill in town, where discarded and donated items are waiting for a second chance. It's a favorite of resellers and a great source to elevate your everyday on a budget. Let's go Goodwill hunting. Join me.
Always fun to shop this store. They are open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. They have the longest hours of any Goodwill store in the greater Houston area. They do a lot of good for our community, and I'm having a blast today meeting viewers and finding some great things, including some surprises in the furniture department. Remember that color of the week. If you find anything with a red tag, it is 50% off.
Welcome to Houston Goodwill City Center. Today we are hunting for pieces with history, beauty, and purpose. Items that can go from forgotten to extraordinary on your table and in your home. Join me as we uncover hidden gems and imagine new life for old things. Let's get started.
Perfectly staged with a comfortable sofa, we could have a seat, watch TV, and place our iced beverage on this mid-century side table. It looks like the top part had a leather tooled area that's been removed. Perhaps it was damaged. At $39.99, that is a fair price. You could chalk paint this. It has lots of detailing, and you could place cork or even a vintage fabric on the top portion. These are graceful and reminds of the 1960s and 70s.
We're barely in the door and we found some mid-century side tables. These are two-tier and it looks like this might have been originally a leather inset. It is the bare wood. You could certainly add some modern additions to that. These are in great shape and would complete your look for the mid-century modern home.
The detailed metal accents elevate this piece, and that is a sign that this was something more expensive. And another reason to give it a new life. The sofa is well priced at $149.99. Love that blue velvet. It pairs nicely with the lamp here. We'll have a closer look and I'll give you some ideas on how we can incorporate these into your space for under $20.
Let's not overlook the lighting ware. These have a hammered copper base made in India, a steal for $19.99 each. They have the perfect pair for us today. Pottery Barn sells a similar lamp, and I found one online that looks identical for $137. Look who I ran into out thrifting at Goodwill. It's Pippa with Two Cheap Blondes. If you want to follow her on Instagram, you may have seen her on television, and she is out shopping, and I'm suggesting these lamps. Do you have a use for these?
I do. I am shopping for my daughter. She got an apartment, and so she has a few things that she needs. So I've been hitting up all the Goodwills. I walk in and run into Lady Mary Beth, and she said, I told her what I was doing, and she goes, go back there, find the lamps. So here they are. They're really beautiful, and they're such a great deal. She's like one of the experts, so. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great seeing you today, and follow the Two Cheap Blondes for fashion. And I'm glad these are going to a new home.
We can imagine these lamps in your space, bringing warmth and adding an accent to your chinoiserie. They also have artwork and mirrors, and later we will see a well-known reseller shopping this area. Sometimes we find something modern or whimsical. And if you're looking to cover a wall space, this is an absolute gem. I believe this is from Wayfair, from the studio Wall Art Design at $24.99. There are many possibilities with this piece. If you're looking for the neutrals, we can imagine it in this space. It fills the wall but doesn't overpower the room. But perhaps you're looking for a bit more color. You could get creative and reflect your mood with some additional colors, a soft blue for calm and flow, a sage green for balance. You could have an eclectic look by upcycling this affordable piece of art. This has some pops of color and is dog friendly. These were quite popular. They sold them at Kirkland's and even some more expensive online retailers. I remember the cows that were quite popular. I shipped one to my friend in Germany for her living space to reflect her Texas roots. $39.99, that's a fair price. I would probably wait for color of the week. Some great seating. If you're looking for just one bar stool, here's your perfect blue. This one is interesting. I thought it had some character and a very expensive custom-made cushion. I'm loving the colors here. The possibilities are endless with this piece. You could also use this cushion as a base and have it recovered. I think it's fabulous, and it's in great condition, $49.99. I would love to hear from you in the comments what you might do with this chair and if you have some ideas on upcycling it.
Great seating for $49.99 with this vintage or even antique chair. It has caning here on the back and also some detailing on the sides. I'm loving this for your space. And with the custom cushion, you could go for the florals or be mad for plaid. Lots of color options here to blend with your space. And I am thinking this would be a great addition for under $50.
The caning is in perfect condition, and that's something that you don't always find. The red is a bit much, but I think it could work in many spaces. Here's an idea if you're looking for more of a spring, lighter look. You leave the cushion and change the paint color. And I'm loving the classic blue and white with antiques. I think that pop of color lends itself to many rooms. And the Ralph Lauren look is classic, especially if you're looking for more masculine feel. This coffee table is in perfect condition. Imagine this at a furniture store. It would be much more expensive. $99.99. It has the ball and claw feet. We'll have a closer look at this, and I'll tell you more about the history of this furniture manufacturer and all the beautiful details.
A mahogany coffee table for under $100. This reminds me of one from my childhood that I polished weekly and created beautiful collections on top. Just love all the detailing. This has a great history with Drexel Heritage. Founded in 1903 by Samuel Huffman in Drexel, North Carolina, in 1957 they merged with Heritage. And this is a bargain find. It would be a great addition.
Under the seating, we find mid-century TV tray tucked away. This was a staple in many homes. I remember them well, usually a set of 4 with a holder. And this one is game ready, or maybe ready for your Swanson's TV dinner. Fish and chips, I remember it well. Priced at $9.99. I'm sure an antique dealer will snatch this up and resell it. More furniture pieces. And a table for 2. We'll find some more dishes later. It would be ideal for this table. Let's have a quick look at the holiday section. This Victorian style Santa with the pink. You never know what you will find here, and usually all seasons are represented with an emphasis on Christmas because that's what most of us collect. This carved penguin is a fun piece. My Aunt Kathy collects penguins. I should have picked this up for her, and we know that is solid wood. Priced at $8.99. Ideal for Christmas. We'll also find some very affordable additions with this Victorian style Santa. And you can't beat the price. And vibrant colors.
Add some affordable holiday decor. It's best to shop off season for Christmas. This Santa with toys is $3.99, and there's some wonderful items here. I see cookie jars and some brand new items from TJ Maxx.
A pair of trees. This would stretch you from the Christmas season all through the winter. You could have some fun with these, dress them up, use them as centerpieces, $9.99 each, and we see the comparative retail with the original TJ Maxx tag, $16.99, and they are made in India. This would be ideal for the fall season, a pillar candle holder at $6.99, and this would be ideal for a centerpiece. It almost has a Christopher Radko look to it. Martha Stewart. This is fun, brand new in packaging. The Winter Jubilee Snow Globe for $5.99. Another example of something that could carry you through the winter, and it plays We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This sleigh caught my interest. I like the holly design. And of course, the price is right at $2.99. You could use this for a floral display, or even to put some guest towels in at Christmas, or even perhaps your flatware. It is from FTD from 1985. How about that? Made in the USA. A gingerbread style cookie jar tree. That's an interesting combination. And it could also be a centerpiece. And the fall season is represented here. I'm loving this pumpkin basket. For $2.99, that is definitely worth it. You could even tuck a gift inside, incorporate that into your fall display. And we are in the home decor section now with some great finds with those warm colors.
Housewares is my favorite section to shop at any Goodwill store. This is a century brass vase. It's priced at $19.99, and another great find and would elevate your space.
Let's turn it over and look for any marks. And we find the cleaning instructions and century solid brass made in India. I'm sure someone paid a lot for that originally at a decor store. It's a beautiful piece. It would also blend with a modern decor. This catches my eye, this tall canister with a key. It looks very high-end gift shop or home decor store. I can see this for Valentine's as well with a key. Priced at $14.99. I think it is worth it. Could have a lot of fun with that. Use it for a centerpiece, place some candy or some decorative elements inside. Audrey Hepburn, a set of coasters with some pop art, $3.99. That would be a fun addition to your space. For some warm fall colors, you've got a ready-made arrangement. For $6.99, that's a deal. A pair of wall crosses. In Germany, you often have crosses above each door in your home. $3.99 with some pewter accents. That's a good deal. And the Ankh, which is an Egyptian symbol representing the key of life. And the prices are great on these. And lots of sayings. Do one thing every day that makes you happy. For me, it's my morning cup of tea. This box is stellar. And I did show this to Pippa with Two Cheap Blondes, and she's taking this home for her daughter's new apartment.
Add a pop of color with this Made in India tea caddy. It has 3 compartments inside, perfect for tea bags or place on your desk to organize paper clips and other office essentials. You could even use this on your vanity if you had some items to store that are this size. It's distressed with brass accents and a deal at $6.99.
A mid-century nut bowl for $9.99. These do sell for a lot in antique shops. This one is incomplete. It's missing all those tools that fit into the holes in the center. You could still fill it with some walnuts or pecans and use it for your fall setting. A pair of pewter candlesticks. I met a viewer in the store today, and she chose these. And I told her to look for these in the video. $2.99 each. They are weighted aluminum, and she is thrilled to have these, and you don't have to polish them. Even better. Kirkland's new in a box with these wall sconces, a wine holder, and I am eyeing this tree. What a fun piece to add to your rustic setting. Could get creative. It is meant to hold candles. We'll have a look at this in a second. More Christmas inspiration. It is silver plate with lots of detail. If we turn it over, $3.99, we see it is from the International Silver Company. A great find.
This looks like something from Pottery Barn. If you're looking for a minimalist Christmas and perhaps you only add a couple of elements, for $7.99, this would be a wonderful centerpiece and candle holder. And if you don't want to place candles in it, you could get creative and place something else, perhaps even some walnuts, and add some ribbons and make it festive and rustic.
A silver-plated dish. This could have been used for cranberry sauce, perhaps a butter dish, at $12.99. With the original sticker on the back, also from the International Silver Company from Meriden, Connecticut. This has some possibilities for $5.99. Let's turn it over, see if we find any marks on it. Wouldn't you know, crate and barrel. Made in India.
Everyday items can be used in many ways. It's also a space saver as you can pull it from one area of the home to another. This is a silver-plated butter dish from International Silver Company. I would wait for color of the week on this one. You could use it as a spoon rest on a buffet, as a jewelry dish, place a creamer and sugar here, and many other purposes. And from crate and barrel, a pillar candle holder. This can be used to elevate just about anything. Place a plate on top if you don't have a cake pedestal, and a great addition to your space.
The bottom shelf advantage, I always pause for punch bowls. And this one is mid-century with a bit of history I will share.
A party-perfect punch bowl from the Jeannette Glass Company. The feather pattern was made from the 1940s through the 50s. They have a history dating back to 1887 in Jeannette, Pennsylvania. They started as the Jeannette Bottle Works Company. And this punch bowl can have many purposes. If you're short on space, keep it in your closet for fashion accessories and pull it out when it's time to host. You could use this for a fruit salad, for chips, and of course, that party perfect punch.
A blue glass vase that has a flower design. This one probably came from a florist, very high-end one in the area. And imagine a $200 bouquet that was probably inside this. $4.99 is a fair price and one that would be nice to keep in your collection. Here's an interesting find from Block Crystal. A handbag made of art glass with some pops of color. Let's give this one a second look and talk about some ways that we could use this in our home.
We've just found the perfect vase or pin holder from Block Crystal. This art glass is made in Poland. As we see on the sticker, it is mouth blown and hand polished. It resembles a handbag that has been opened, ideal for a floral centerpiece, great for gifting, very feminine item to add to your setting. And you can also use it on your desk to hold pins and even scissors. A great find at $9.99.
Use it as a vase for a seaside or tropical theme. It almost looks like koi fish, doesn't it? You can also place this on your vanity to hold your makeup brushes, even use it as a tissue holder. Many possibilities with this piece from Block Crystal. Some everyday vases, most likely from the local florist. This one has some embellishment. I like the hand-painted floral edition. For $3.99, that's a winner, and it's almost the shape of a rose bowl. Love this one. Some dishes that would be ideal for every day. You could also dress these up. $4.99 for a coffee mug. And if you look at the comparative pricing at replacements or on eBay, it is a fair price. If this is your pattern and you're needing to add a few dinner plates or bowls, this is the perfect time to grab those. And we did find some more dinner plates on a different aisle, and one more reason to shop the entire store. Great serving bowl, the tall mug, and a sugar bowl for $5.99.
They have a large collection of the Mikasa Intaglio line Arabella pattern. The line has been made since the 1980s in Malaysia. It is known for the embossed or raised designs. The Arabella launched in 1986 and looks to be still a current pattern today. And the items are priced individually. I did see some dinner plates come out on a cart, and I'm sure there are some additional pieces they will add to this. Sometimes items get separated in different boxes. Another reason to shop the store a bit and come back and look for more.
The perfect casual dinnerware pattern. And if we just look across the aisle, we see some cobalt iced beverage glasses and wines. I found a much larger supply of these on another aisle, and that's another reason to shop the store. The carts come out at different times.
Fostoria, Virginia, meet Mikasa Arabella. It is the perfect shade of blue to go with this Mikasa pattern. This was made from 1980 to 1986. It's priced at $2.99 today, and this sells for $30 on replacements. The ice beverage is one of my favorite multi-purpose glasses, and we might even find more today for the perfect setting.
We can imagine this place setting with some tabletop essentials and that perfect blue ice beverage glass.
You never know what will roll out on one of these carts. It could be something incredible. During my last visit here, I found the best Goodwill find ever. I will take you back to that very special piece with interesting history, an item that I showcase in my home and also use for my speaking engagements to share the history, and an amazing example of what you can find shopping your local Goodwill.
See how it sparkles and shines. My best Goodwill find ever. Such a beautiful piece that we enjoy in our home. At $4.99 was absolutely unbelievable. It was like Christmas morning. Such a great discovery, and I will share some of the history with you.
This one takes my breath away. From the Victorian or Edwardian era, we have a cut glass canister that could have been part of a vanity or for tabletop serving, a sterling silver lid with a hand-engraved monogram. This is an amazing deal at $4.99. Unbelievable. This has to be one of my best Goodwill finds ever.
Let's have a look at the hallmarks. The lion passant represents sterling, the anchor and G for Gorham, with a nod to their roots in Rhode Island. It is stamped sterling. You will see that D and M that usually refers to 1871 with that date mark. However, if we look to the far right, we see a sickle tool, which is indicative of 1899. More deals rolling out in the carts. This huge crystal compote is an unusual find, has some of the same characteristics of American Brilliant, more simplified version. We'll take a closer look at that. And if we dig deep, we see a very small dish with an interesting back stamp. Hand-painted, made in occupied Japan. A pressed glass cake stand with the dome. Not your ordinary cake pedestal. We'll have another look at that. A pair of blue lamps. I would put larger shades on those. Fun, fun.
It truly was the best find ever. And today's cart find is inspired by that American Brilliant. It is a bigger than a Buick compote, probably from the 1930s. It is priced at $34.99. You'll see all of the elements that we find in American Brilliant. It is etched and would be great to use as a centerpiece. You could even place a rose bowl inside to elevate that, and wonderful ways to incorporate this into your space and serving.
We finally get a look at this cake pedestal with the cake dome. I have some friends that have been looking for glass domes. Everything is so expensive retail, and that's another reason to shop your local charity resale, thrift store, or Goodwill. And this one has a beautiful pattern, an even better price.
A sweet find with this anchor hocking Wexford cake stand and glass dome. It has a beautiful pressed glass pattern, was made from 1962 to 1998. There was also stemware in this pattern, and they even made this cake stand in green. $14.99 is an exceptional deal. Sells for $140 on replacements and even $90 on Etsy.
An example of how you could utilize this cake pedestal on your breakfast or brunch table for pastries, and for holiday gatherings, a fruit display. This picture is lovely with the fruit motif pressed glass, priced at $7.99. And for your brunch table, this tiny creamer could also be used for syrup, made by Nachtmann in Germany for Gorham Crystal. $3.99 is a fair price for this multi-use item. An unusual find that just came out with the carts. Similar to tramp art, this is sort of a sailor art using shells that they had on hand. I'm not so sure that this is old and authentic. A bit kitschy, but you would be surprised. We find it in the cart of a known reseller who shops this store almost daily. I would love to hear from you if you have more information on this piece, but I'm not so sure that I would take that home. A Christmas collector's plate, Weihnachten 1982, Christmas 1982, for $4.99, a charming scene made in Bavaria from Bayreuther, a limited edition. They had lots more of these plates and also some from Sweden. More of those dinner plates we were looking at earlier for $7.99. Quite a few of them today. I like that fruit design, and this one surprised me. Quite an expensive brand, and such a deal for $1.99 from Gien, made in France.
A rare find and top brand at a Goodwill store with Gien pottery made in France, with a history dating back to 1821 in the Loire Valley. This is Italian Renaissance inspired with the Toscana pattern. The bread and butter is 99 cents, sells for $50 online, and the luncheon, or maybe it's even a dessert plate, at $1.99 sells for $150. I will purchase these today and put these in my eBay store.
Ideal for dinner for one. This gives us an idea to pair it with some cobalt blue. Could add some cheer to your day. We almost don't have to turn these over. They look like Fitz and Floyd at $2.99 each. These Holiday Wishes oval bowls from their Damask Holiday Collection, company that got their start in Dallas, Texas. This soap dish is such a fun pottery piece for $3.99. It has the holes for draining. Marigold, $18.49 originally. I'm liking this price better. And here's an idea on how you could package and gift this. Pair it with some French soaps. I picked up some in Germany recently. A sweet strawberry teapot. You could even use that as a vase for a floral display, $6.99. I saw lots of shoppers picking that up. Such a neat piece. You have to dig through when you're shopping Goodwill, and here is that Occupy Japan piece that we saw in the cart, priced at $2.99, and there are lots of collectors or anything with this back stamp. Pippa with Tucci Blondes is taking these items home. I am thrilled for her. I had some of these in my cart, and I suggested that she consider these for her daughter's apartment. And she has some great ideas to upcycle, especially with this artwork. And many uses for this tea box: jewelry, office supplies. The sky is the limit. And here is a well-known reseller. And look what he has in his cart. Perhaps he knows some of the value of this piece.
So glad you joined me today for the largest Goodwill in town. We found some great items and ways to appreciate things from the past and shop affordably and sustainably. The Anchor Hocking Wexford cake pedestal with dome is one of my favorite finds. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with Goodwill shopping.